little recap from last time. So last time I was really excited about last game. You guys
with the portal.
Yeah, you opened up a portal. One of Halistree's many magical portals scattered everywhere, and you figured out how to get through, and you transported to what you found to be level 5 into the house of Wyllow, from the Archdruid, who rules over that realm that you discovered. And a good persuasion roll and things like that, you managed to get on her good side. And you decided to return back through the portal, back to level 3 where you came, because you're on a mission to help the Cheeky Pluckers, which is an adventuring party that George and Draken had encountered before they met Wendune, and received a message that they are in trouble by the Drow here on level 3.
Jason then had a nice little chat with that displacer beast that they're staring at us.
Yeah, and she has an awakened tree named Halastree as a servant, which is fun.
I'm not an ant.
All right.
Did we do a long rest?
Yeah, you guys, at the end of last session, you used the magical tent that Draken has and did do a long rest, yeah.
Okay.
So you awaken through your slumber from your magical tent. Through the night, no problems. And your magical tent, you come out of it, and it kind of folds back up into the rod that fits into Draken's backpack really easily. I guess one thing we did do, you were exploring a little bit last session down these tunnels, and one thing you did find was this room up here. Wendune, I guess, and Melannor discovered this a Dwarven trap with a goblin underneath this block, and you open up the door to find this giant creature inside this big room, and decided to let it sleep because it was snoring loudly, and left that room to its own, leaving it alone, not worrying about it. But it is something you did discover, along with this kind of man-made tunnel heading to the east, this direction. And the portal that you guys used is down here in this direction, through this cave.
Sleeping rock monster.
All right, when you awaken, you have some rations from your pack and such, and you find yourselves on this little outcropping from the river with your boat still moored there. Across the way, you do hear the elven cries of the drow that you have tied up in the corner essentially all night long, starting to yell out for assistance.
Why? Because she doesn't have any water or food?
Ain't nobody coming to help her.
Yeah, she's down here in the corner. So you have your boat there. Again, this is about an 8-foot drop down to the water where the boat is. But otherwise, you are able to move about the cabin however you wish.
I'm just going to move on and get back on this boat.
Let's go to the giant monster.
Alright, so Draken wants to go to the monster.
Draken's itching for a fight.
Draken's itching to go to the monster and then hide around the corner while we take care of it.
Oh yeah, one quick note also, just recapping from last session. When you did open the portal, you did see this kind of strange pattern in the energy that kind of, you brought up some questions as to the nature of the portals, and something very humanoid-like kind of trying to take shape but didn't seem to be able to.
I think...
Oh yeah, it definitely reminded me of Star Trek a little bit.
I just hope it's not like every time you go through the portal, you have like a slight chance to get stuck in a portal for eternity.
So there's always a chance of everything.
Not going back to that big monster. It's definitely not sleeping now.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go check this thing out.
Oh, we're gonna go see that monster?
Do you not want to?
Maybe with all 4 of us, it might be, less challenging, but I don't think it's gonna be easy.
You guys...
Be worth it.
You guys are over leveled for this anyway.
I have a full
Yeah.
stock.
Let's put on a show. Weigh anchor.
All right, so you guys shove off.
Anchors away, my boy. Anchors away.
Into the darkness. You see just a cavern around you. Pushing against the water, you see stalactites above. And the river opens up until you finally see another cavern on the right side, the east side of the river. But you notice from the shore ghostly apparitions moving along the shore.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
All these holes dug into the sand of this sandy shore here, and all these ghosts kind of poking around. You see several ghosts. You see 3 actually. There's another one.
What
As
are they
kind
of?
of wispily floating around and poking at the dirt mounds and such on the ground here. The river does continue past this area, of course. You don't have to necessarily explore this.
Wendune is all about not going to talk to ghosts.
Yeah. I was here thinking like let the dead lie.
Yeah, let the dead rest.
All right, as you kind of
Even though they don't seem very restful.
As you pass
know.
by, you do hear, "Where is it? Treasure, where's me treasure?
Pirates.
Oh
Where's
no.
me treasure?" And they notice you guys, of course, and they all kind of start to move toward the shore. Treasure, treasure.
They're pirate ghosts. Obviously,
Yeah.
they're pirate
Where's
ghosts.
me treasure?
Yep, and somewhere in there's
Treasure.
Treasure.
maybe gold.
We don't have it. Go away.
They do stop at the shore. They don't go into the water.
Treasure.
As you,
Treasure.
as they are just very creepily close by. As they go, you can see them now. They're just this, Pirates of the Caribbean. If you've seen it, I don't think you have, Joey.
No.
Very skeletal pirates, essentially. Treasure.
Like the Lord of the Rings ghosts, guys.
Yeah, kind of like Lord of the Rings ghosts.
Ew, those are creepy.
Let it be known that I didn't want to go into the water either.
You decide to pass on by. As you continue past the ghosts,
Yes.
you do start to hear singing coming from ahead of you. And you hear this voice kind of echoing along the river of this old man's voice singing, "Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream."
Who is it? Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous.
I'll sing back. Merrily, merrily, merrily.
And you see
It's Halastree.
Halastree, the Mad Mage himself, gliding down the river on a gondola, coming downstream towards you guys.
What's on his boat with him?
On the boat, you see this skeletal ferryman steering the boat with a long staff, a long pole, like you see in Venice or something. And
Hi?
and and the Mad Mage is there on the front of the boat there going, "Merrily, merrily, merrily." Oh, hi!
Hello.
Everyone knows who this is, right?
Yeah, this is Alistair, the Mad Mage.
The Mad
He's the one
Mage,
that brought us into all this stuff.
the master of Undermountain, has come to call.
Hi.
Oh, so would Wendune know who this is?
Wendune has heard of the Mad Mage. This is the first time you've encountered him, I believe. And I'm sure over the course of your journey with these crazy people you've hooked up with, that they've told you about him along the way. So as your boats kind of come close to one another, suddenly the river's flow kind of stops. and you find yourselves stationary.
Oh,
The boat no longer
We
wants
can't
to
row?
move.
we can't row.
He wants to chat.
He goes,
Oh.
my contestants, it's so wonderful to see you again at last.
Hi.
It's been so long.
Yeah. I'll tell Wyllow sends her regards.
Oh, you've met Wyllow. Yeah, she's wonderful. I love the forest and how I love what she's done to the place. And he goes, listen, stay a while, listen. And before you could even consider not staying a while and listening, you find yourselves,
Right, Deckard.
you're almost like petrified and stunned. You can't move. And he goes, that's better. And he kind of whips out this,
I'm taking wrong.
he whips out this large kind of grandfatherly chair on this gondola.
Oh my
And
goodness.
sits down and takes out a pipe and starts just to kind of puff on it a little bit, very Gandalf style. He goes, I have a task for you.
Okay.
The Drow. The Drow are just an insufferable nuisance with their, wanting to kill everything. It's just so annoying. I disagree with their ambition. And I feel like we have a common enemy within them. So, here's what I'd like you to do. And if you do this for me, I'll give you a prize. I promise, a reward of great power.
Ooh.
Now listen, kill the Drow leader on this floor of my dungeon. Her name is Terissa Ovrendar. Take her symbol of Loth and toss it into the river. Once you do this, I promise I will reward. What do you say?
Terissa who?
Terissa
Terissa
Ovrendar. Ovrendar of House Ovrendar. She is heavily fortified and guarded, so I would suggest bringing your hobgoblin friends, but if you don't want to, I don't care. Do what you want. Any questions?
Are we timed?
No time.
Okay, good.
The hobgoblins are those? Is that the Azrocs they're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So we might need to go get that dagger first before we do that.
Well,
That dagger is at level 5.
At least.
if you want to do that, you can. I mean, there might be other options. You have to explore that if you wanted to.
I think if we wanted to bring their hobgoblin friends, we would get the dagger so you can see.
I don't think they'll be very happy if we come back without the dagger. Especially the wife person.
Lacana.
Yeah, Lacana. She won't be very happy if we didn't bring the dagger.
All right, enough of this chit chat. And he
Okay.
kind of snaps his fingers, and you find he has kind of blinked past you.
Never mind. I was just gonna say, why are there a bunch of ghost pirates?
These aren't the only ghosts in my domain. And then he just
Seriously?
kind of floats on down the river, going merrily, 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 and fades away. All right, you find yourselves coming up on another embankment over here on the east of the river.
Lots of these things.
Yep, lots of openings. It's kind of a pathway here. This one's actually on the water level, so it's the shore kind of laps against the ground here on this pathway.
Should we try for it?
Nothing's on the path. There's no creatures that you can see.
That's good.
You want to make sure?
Uh-huh.
If it just looks like it loops around, maybe, can Boulder make it up there?
Yeah, this is even with the riverbank, so you can just kind of bring the boat up on the shore here. Actually, if you wanted to, kind of bank it.
All right, I'm gonna have him hop off and bark if he sees anything of interest, being it treasure or.
Another trail.
Actually, I have a little bit of a better idea. I want to send Draken like on top of Boulder and I can see what he sees and hear what he hears.
All right, so you're a little. What shape is he in again? Is he's like a lizard?
Lizard.
Or?
He's a lizard.
Yeah, like a gecko.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
So your little stone shaped.
a little stone gecko.
Yeah, your stone shaped gecko hops onto the back of Boulder, and you see through Draken's eyes.
Does it like lick his eyes or
Yes.
something like a gecko does?
Now, while you're seeing through Draken's eyes,
A trance thing.
yeah, you can't see or hear anything around you.
Right.
You can just have Boulder explore the whole thing.
Yeah.
Can Draken relay messages?
Well, he can. I'm looking through Draken's eyes and like hearing, so I can see and hear everything, but
You can't relay
I
it.
can't speak. I can't speak to Boulder or anything like that. But I can see what's going on.
And George can talk. He just can't hear himself talk. You know, he can.
Yeah, I can tell y'all what's going on, but like if you want to tell Boulder something, I can't do that.
And through Draken's eyes, you
This is
find
weird.
what looks to be a statue of an armored noble dressed in like plate armor with a drawn sword and a shield.
Just standing there.
Yeah. I'm relaying all of this out like I'm hoping I'm not being too loud.
All right. Using Might of the Master, I'm gonna instruct Boulder to keep, moving around and being vigilant, which he is ever vigilant. So I guess that doesn't really matter.
What's
As
the white
Boulder
stuff?
Looks around this area, seems to have like these large spiny stalagmites on the ground here pointing upward, kind of blocking the river like a barricade almost. But to the south though, he does turn and see some webbed looking cocoons.
Ew,
Your
spiders.
favorite creature, spiders.
Let's see. Is he within 120 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to send the homunculus to give him spider climb so it doesn't hinder his progress through the web.
Okay. So you send your mechanical dragonling out, and through its touch ability, give Boulder spider climb. So these claws come out of Boulder's paws, and he's able to traverse without any problem.
Please don't be low.
Now, do you want to... Let's roll stealth checks
Or
for Boulder.
Boulder, okay.
Frank is just standing like on him, so like he's not moving. So does he still need a stealth?
If he's staying still, we'll just let it be Boulder's.
All right, so I just roll a d20 then because this is straight.
Yeah, there's no plus or anything to it. Yeah.
Yeah, plus his dexterity, so +1.
Okay, so it would be a 7.
7. Okay.
Clank, clank, clank.
I forgot to oil him today.
So as,
all that water is wreaking havoc on his joints.
as Boulder kind of enters the spider webs, you can see through Draken's eyes as George, the spider webbing all kind of shimmers and shivers in vibrations as the robot dog kind of comes in contact with these webs. And based on how spiders work, they can feel these vibrations throughout the web, wherever they might be.
Great.
Okay,
Just
Ew.
you can't be
It's a lot of
surprised.
cocoons.
many cocooned
Bodies?
things. You're not sure what they
Ew.
are. They seem like humanoid, but you're not sure what they are.
Where did they get a bunch of humans anyway?
And
Well-
to the south, a drider perks up.
When I hear this, I'm going to tell him to fall back.
All right. Let's do a quick initiative roll. See who falls back quicker or attacks faster.
He shares my initiative at 20.
I'm gonna roll mine too, just for Draken, just to see.
Okay.
just in case there's something he can do. It's probably not. It's more for espionage. I said 13.
All right, you got 11. So Boulder and Draken skedaddle. They can go their full movement plus dash if you wanted.
Yep.
They get all the way to there before the Drider can even move. So I'm going to say that once he gets out of sight, the Drider's like, yeah, and yells out in Elvish, essentially, stay out. You know. Hops back in the boat.
Oh well. I don't think we need to fight another. What about the statue, though?
Oh, there's a statue back there.
I'm curious about the statue. I don't know if there's more than one or, Drider or not.
All right, so we're trying this. Are we checking out the statue first or taking out the Drider first?
It looks like a ghost ship.
The statue doesn't, the statue doesn't look like it'll be going anywhere. It's a statue. So let's work on the Drider first. I'm going to send Boulder up.
Man, I thought you've played D&D before.
Oh, I
Assume everything moves.
Assume those spikes move, basically.
yes, but the Drider I know moves, and it just saw a robot dog walk into its lair.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep Boulder with George.
Okay. I'll put Draken back in the pack.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to leave my backpack on with the boat because it's gotten heavy.
Okay. So all your stuff's back on the boat.
Did you take your hammer?
Yeah, left your weapon.
My backpack is back on the boat.
Oh, okay.
All right, you can see the Drider has come to the edge of the webbed area here and sees you guys coming. So there's no like stealthiness if you want to do this now.
Okay. Have we initiated combat or no?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do it. So let's go ahead and roll.
Based off of our previous, we used
we can use your previous initiatives. Melannor and Wendune both got 20s on their initiative, so you can choose who goes first.
you can go ahead.
Okay, well, for my action, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on George.
All right, so George has Sanctuary. So Wisdom saves whenever any creature goes to attack George.
All right. And then for my bonus action... Oh, dang, no, that was a bonus action. My bad.
Okay.
For my action, I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality. Healing energy radiates from you in an aura with a 30-foot radius until the spell ends. I want him to move there, and that'll be the end of his turn.
This is the radius for your aura.
Healing.
Yeah. That's a good spot then. It's a big radius.
Last for 1 minute. Yeah, it is a big radius. 30-foot radius.
Melannor is going to cast. He's going to cast Summon Beast at 3rd level.
Oh, okay. What kind of beast?
A spider,
Of course.
like in before, like at the in the spider statue thing.
I thought you were gonna say Displacer Beast.
Well, that would be
And
nice.
I'm going to cast it like up here.
All right, giant spider, or not giant, but just a spider, a large spider, appears in that space.
All right. Can I retcon and cast this at 4th level instead?
Okay.
We come up there and attack this thing. So 13.
13 misses.
Second attack. It's 14. No, yeah, 14.
That also misses. So both attacks are ineffective.
All right. Ineffective. Way to go, Spider Guy. All right. All right. So for bonus, first I'm going to move up to here so I can see.
Yep.
And then let's do Frostbite.
Okay.
Constitution save 13.
He got a 9.
All right, so he's going to take 3d6 damage. 12. And he has disadvantage on his next weapon attack.
So now, George.
All right. George is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Here?
Okay.
Not here. We'll go here. Back up. There you go. And George, I am going to cast Shield of Faith on myself. And
That gives you +2.
can I taunt this thing?
Taunt?
It gives you +2 AC. Yeah. And I mean, it's not an action or anything. Can I just be like,
You can.
your mother's a grasshopper?
Sure. You can do.
I mean,
Taunt it. Oh.
I guess you could say. Let's see. We can call that an intimidation check. I guess.
Your mother's a grasshopper or what?
sure. 20, not natural.
It looks at you angrily and goes, "How dare you!" In Elvish, you don't know. It yells at you in Elvish.
So it's working then. All right, that's what I'll do. That's it.
Okay. It's now the Drider.
Oh, I will
Sorry?
dodge.
Dodge.
As my action. My action, I'll dodge.
Dodge action. So disadvantage on attacks against you,
Even though he's already got disadvantage.
plus the wisdom save and all that kind
Anyway.
of stuff.
Plus the wisdom save. Yeah, there's a lot of
It's
stuff.
basically
working
impossible to hit
against him.
George. It's basically impossible to hit George.
Improbable. It's improbable. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Drider. The Drider is all like ticked off and mad. He's just yelling out in Elvish, and he quickly reaches his hand out toward George and makes a wisdom save. Rolled a 11. So that is a failure. So he does not do anything to George, and instead targets Wendune across on the other side of George over his shoulder.
There's a spider right there.
He's ignoring the spider. I need you to do a wisdom saving throw. He reaches towards you and clenches his fingers, clenches his hand together into a fist. So I need
Wisdom
you to do a
saving throw?
Wisdom save, yes, please.
Okay. I'm going to use Flash of Genius there as a reaction
Okay.
and add +3 to that roll. And I don't know if it'll help me at all, but it'll give me an 11.
That does not help, and you find all your joints and muscles seize up, and hold person has been cast on you.
Hold person.
You are paralyzed.
Okay, I can't talk.
You can't speak, you can't do anything, you can't move. You are paralyzed.
Okay.
For at
And you
least,
can still concentrate, right?
yeah, you can concentrate. You just can't act unless this spell is broken somehow. So that was the
Oh,
Drider.
essentially, it's not a concentration spell anyway.
Mm.
That was a Drider's action.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, he is going to reach upwards with his hands, and you feel all the webbing and everything all start go like vibrating violently
Oh no.
as it vibrates down the cave behind him into darkness,
Oh, no.
causing lots of noise. It's very loud for what it is. You hear this echoing sound reverberate through the cavern. Big word. All right, and then for movement, it's actually going to move further into the webs, backwards. This way, and it starts climbing up onto the wall here. He gets that far. So you do have attack of opportunity, George, and Spider.
Spider will. I am not. 14.
That misses. The Spider not as effective as last time.
Last time he was rolling crits.
Yeah. All right, and nothing else then? Draken.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to about maybe where I'm up a little bit. Yeah, so I can see a spider nice and well. And I'm going to cast...
You can barely see it right at the edge of your viewing right here.
I'm going to cast a 4th level Witch Bolt at it.
Okay.
And it's going to stay lightning. I'm not going to change it to fire.
All right.
Because nobody wants me to do that. And I'm going to roll a 29 to hit. Not quite 30, which is a crit. 30 is my crit.
Oh, well, it definitely hits.
29.
29 to hit. So, yeah, you managed to strike with your Witch Bolt.
And I do... Ooh, these are good numbers. 37 damage.
Yeesh.
Then as my bonus action, I'm going to Firebolt 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so glad.
And he needs to make a concentration save.
That's true. So you hit him for...
The whole person.
Yeah, you hit him for
37.
37, so half of that would be...
18.
18. He rolled a 16 for his concentration check.
So does that mean it fails if we needed an 18?
I think that means it fails, yeah. So Wendune is no longer held. Just barely failed. Broke his concentration just enough. All right, back to Melannor and Wendune's turns. They're both going on initiative 20.
So Melannor is going to cast Ice Knife. 9.
That misses.
But the explosion thing can still go off.
Yeah, we'll say it shatters against the wall next to him. So yeah, what's the explosion radius? So he'd be caught in that.
All right. So it's a dex save, 13.
He rolled a 6. Wow.
All right.
That's awesome
So
for a
he
spider.
takes a big old 4
All right, 4 damage.
damage.
Ice explosion as the ice knife hit the wall behind him as he starts to climb up.
I want to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Move up here.
Okay.
And I want to Thorn Whip him.
All right.
16.
That's a miss.
Ah, come on. How can I hit this guy?
He's climbing up the wall. He's halfway up the wall, and it just strikes against the wall, grabbing a rock and pulling it back off the cave wall.
Crushes the
I
spider.
want to pull him off that cave wall. All right, that's it.
All right, Wendune.
For my bonus action, I think. Do I have any? Am I using anything that requires concentration?
Your aura
Yes.
of vitality.
Is your healing?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is a concentration.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't want to use anything else that needs concentration unless you want to replace it with this.
No.
A lot of your
I'm gonna
stuff is
shoot at
concentration.
him. Yep. I'm gonna shoot at him with the phasic bow.
All right.
Is that within my range?
Oh yeah.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
27.
27. That hits.
So I'm gonna expend 1 charge and add a little bit of extra damage
Okay.
for 5.
So you did 9 and then 5. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So this arrow flies through the air, kind of shimmers blue for a second, and then suddenly pops up right there next to him. Gets him right into the abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, ah! He yells out and pulls it out. It's a good strike.
I'm gonna move Boulder. I can't find where his distance. Oh, there it is, 40 feet. Yeah, I kind of want him a little bit in front. Wendune's gonna move up. Probably, let's see, forward, right. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. Yeah, right, right beside Boulder.
Right down here.
Yep.
I'm still in the radius, good.
Okay. All right, George's turn.
All right, how high up is this spider thing?
He's not quite got off the ground yet. He's just like his right legs are up on the wall. He's ready to go.
All right. All righty. I, George, am going to rage again. And I'm going to attack. 16.
16 is a miss.
And up 1.
Another miss.
It's not my night.
He deflects your blows with his legs.
You have to go over 17 to hit this guy, though.
At least.
Yeah, who knows how big it actually is, seriously.
That's it, though. That's all I can do.
Okay. All right. You see the Drider like reach to the side of him, and like he doesn't have like pockets, but he has like these like he had these holes in his forearm where this gas emits, but in his side of his abdomen are these little slits of like carapace, and within 2 slits of his carapace, he pulls out 2 long swords. It just starts to whip them at you in a flash of brilliance, if you will. Just slashing like a madman.
How many
You make
does he get?
3 long sword attacks.
I asked him, did you pull those out of your butt? Ew.
First hit is a 19 to hit.
That misses.
Second swing, natural 1, so that won't hit.
That definitely misses.
Third swing, only a 9. So all 3.
So we can't hit each other. We're both here just swinging back and forth at each other.
Just slap
Fanning.
Yeah.
Hey, get away.
And in his frustration, he just lurches forward and goes for a bite.
Oh my goodness, seriously? A Spider-Man
15
biting.
to bite. That's also a failure. So
Miss.
doing nothing.
Throw my shield up, pop him in the face.
And now he's going to climb up onto the wall.
This is annoying.
And he's going to go move upwards. And this cavern is very large. And he goes up about 30 feet up into
George able to
the air.
try to hit.
So I can make an attack opportunity.
Yes, you can.
Come on, roll good. 22?
That hits.
Finally! Yes. Can I divine smite?
Yes, you can.
I can? Yay! Alright, I want to divine smite at 2nd level. I'm also going to use a charge from my master to reduce his AC by 1.
All right.
Okay, good.
Let's do damage is 8 plus 2 for my rage, so 10.
Okay.
Divine Smite, 13 more damage.
Okay. So big hit. As he skitters up the wall, he manages a glowing hammer smash and releasing the acid into his carapace there, reducing his armor class by 1. All right. And as a bonus action, he then will reach out and cast poison spray. No, sorry, darkness in his area, plunging the view of him completely gone. You can't see him. So this black inky smoke erupts from around him, just coming out of these holes in his body, like little smokestacks, and just like an ink from a squid just fills the area around him. And that is its turn. Now it's Draken's turn.
Okay, as my action, I'm gonna randomly cast a lightning bolt in the cloud
So he's gonna have advantage.
Definitely.
on his save.
18.
That makes so he'll take half of this. Half of 32 is 16.
It's still more than damage than I did on him.
So he's gonna do a concentration
mages.
save on the darkness that he casts.
Oh, that would be nice.
Natural 1.
Oh, yes. Awesome.
So the darkness fades away,
You deleted him. Josh.
and you see him again up in the ceiling. He's like, ah!
He probably just loves me. Doing all this.
And he's looking pretty rough at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shoot him with a fire/lightning bolt.
Okay.
And I got a 16.
That misses.
It's worse and worse.
Yep. Even with the 1 AC down, it still misses.
Well, this was
All right, Melannor
Must
and
be at least a
Wendune.
17 then.
Yeah.
Melannor and Wendune can both go. One can choose. You guys can choose who goes first. And you start hearing this Elvish, this Drider start speaking in Elvish over and over again. This phrase. Oh, stick it
How do you
low.
speak?
Oh, sit low. Oh, sit low.
So like praise loaf or something like that.
Essentially saying, Loaf is mad. Loaf is mad at me. Loaf is mad.
Why?
Oh yeah, you're a Drider. She was mad before.
So I'll move up to within 30 feet of this thing.
You have to be like right under it.
Yeah. Can I get under it and like off to the side just a little bit? Like 5 feet to the side?
Like over here.
He on a
Yeah.
cocoon.
So I want to thorn whip it and try to pull it off the ceiling.
Okay.
20, not natural.
Ooh.
That hit.
Fancy.
All right. Oh, that did a lot of damage. 14 damage,
14 damage.
and he is pulled 10 feet towards me.
So he
Okay.
gets pulled off the ceiling and he falls down to the ground, landing in a heap. And he reaches forward toward Melannor, going, Loaf is mad at me. And he dies.
So I don't know what the web shaking was, but I feel like we should be prepared for that.
Like more?
Are the webs like still shaking?
No, they're no longer vibrating, but it seems to have, that vibration has subsided at this point.
Well, you said you wanted to loot these cocoon bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Start tearing into them, I guess.
On the Drider, you do find several arrows and a longbow. If you're interested in arrows, especially like Wendune, if you roll a 3d6, that's how many arrows you can find.
Thingies.
9.
So you can add 9 arrows to your quiver.
I want to go through these sacks.
Okay. So as you start to pull apart these little cocoons, you see that they're all statues.
Oh.
All different sorts of figures. Statues of humans, gnomes, a lot of elves, all seemingly in different stages of fear or anger or attack.
Crap. They're petrified.
They do seem like they're petrified creatures of some sort.
How do you unpetrify something?
You have to have a spell.
Greater restoration?
Yeah, but
Restoration or greater restoration, I think.
What can petrify things?
lots of things.
Basilisk and Medusas and
Gorgons. Well, I guess that's the same thing.
There's not-
that's a Medusa, yeah.
Are we thinking that this statue back here might be petrified?
We already-
Ooh! Yay! Guess who has greater restoration prepared?
You?
Melannor does.
And there is, of course,
Nice.
this nobleman-looking, heavy plate armored
Yeah.
knight guy over here.
Let's see if he looks like a regular statue or like a petrified person.
Well, as you get closer to the statue, you do notice that it is not necessarily in pristine condition. You can see that half of its skull has been broken off.
Okay, yeah, he's dead.
You can see a large chunk of his arm is off, where it would attach to the shield. The shield's there, but the hand and wrist is kind of lopped off. His toes are gone, so You're not sure what state he'd be in, but you can definitely cast Greater Restoration on this guy.
Would it be able to mend it?
Yeah, I'm about to say.
That's what I was wondering. Can you mend the statue?
Mend the statue before we make him new. Make him a person again.
If you can
If I do
find
it,
the
then
other pieces, you can mend them back on.
Look around, I guess.
Let's look around for the other pieces.
All
Yeah.
right, let's do some investigation checks. Looking for
Jones. Skull. I got 12.
Natural 20.
12.
Natural 20.
Oh, sweet.
Wendune,
23.
I got 12.
Wendune, you find the skull cap that has been lopped off. The hand and toes are gone. You don't find those. But
Oh, George.
the part where the brain would be, that you did find.
Did I find anything?
And I found a 20. I rolled a 23. Is there any other pieces behind?
Well, with the natural 20,
Or is that it?
we found the headpiece. So survivability. is possible.
It was a, yeah.
He would need medical
Okay.
attention. Put it that
Um,
way.
All right.
Medical attention we can handle.
All right.
Put the skull on.
All right. So George is going to be ready with some lay on hands.
Okay.
And so we're wanting to cast Great Restoration on this one and forget about the others, right?
Yes. Apparently.
Hopefully it's a good idea.
Abandoned every other
Assuming,
person.
of course, this is not just a statue.
And we completely waste it.
Yeah. All right. Let's.
This better not just be statue.
Cast mending.
Well, to have the heads off. Hold on. So petrification petrifies everything. So you should be able to look inside that hole where the head is and see a brain. If it was a petrified person,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
The way I've always thought of petrification is that if you were to break off a petrified person's arm, you would just see like broken stone on the inside. That's been my assumption. But
What
So it's not even like hollow. Like it's like just a slab.
yeah, it looks as if
Broken off.
it looks like a carved statue as far as like
Okay.
the broken parts.
very like detailed as if he was a human.
Yeah, he's been here. You can tell he's been here for a long time. Like his eyelashes and things aren't there. They've been broken off a long time ago. Like little tiny things, like the tip of his nose.
All right.
He's gonna need lots of lay on hands.
His ear's been nicked off.
All right. So he's gonna be a little. All right.
Medical attention.
All right, so let's cast mending on him.
Immediate medical
Right, so-
attention.
One of you holds up the half of the head,
I'll mend it.
and Draken casts mending, and you can see the magical seal where the stone meets stone, melts together, and it becomes whole.
Okay, now let's do this thing. See this guy. Okay, George like have lay on hands.
All right.
He's ready to cast.
Yeah, I'm like
Healing
I'm
potion.
gonna be like around on the sides, like not right in front of him, like hand on him, ready.
Okay.
And Melannor will be over here. Like we don't want to be in front of him in case he's like ready to attack.
I have a feeling he's going to be a little irritated.
Yeah, I don't know what he's looking at. And Melannor is going to cast Greater Restoration.
And I'm going to have a healing potion ready
Death
for him
row.
to drink. I want to be over there with a healing potion.
All right.
I have 5.
Cast Greater Restoration. Immediately, color comes back to.
I'm over there with a
knight.
healing potion.
You can see colors come to his clothing, and
Blood.
his face becomes this dark, ruddy complexion, and blood starts to pour from his
I start healing.
and he just lets out a blood-curdling scream.
I stuff a healing potion in his mouth.
Now, healing definitely will restore, will cauterize wounds and things, but it's not going to bring back missing limbs.
Is he going to make this?
No, I won't do that.
No.
Will it make skin?
Yeah, it'll
Cover over.
it'll look like he lost his arm or hand,
Yeah.
and it's healed over, essentially.
Okay. I shove a healing
Yeah.
potion in his mouth.
All right, so yeah, you guys, he he's like falls, like his arm, his shield, his sword fall out of his hands. His armor just is like, you can see blood stains where these wounds become fresh again after who knows how long he's been down here. You stifle his screams with a healing potion. Make sure you take one out of your inventory.
Oh, I will, and I'll do the healing for him. He takes 2d4 plus 2 healing.
Okay.
I'll roll so he heals from my healing potion. He heals for 9 from my healing potion. Restores his nose and his ears.
All right, and eventually, after a few minutes, you calm him down, and he's like, "Where am I? What's going on? Who are you people? What?
Hello? What's your name?
Grell Mormesk."
Asgard, what's the last thing you remember?
He's like looking around in the cavern. He goes, "I remember the Medusa, and it coming for me, and I bring up my shield. But I don't remember anything after that.
There's a Medusa here?
Well, there was one."
There was at the time.
And he like looks around, and he finally notices his hand is missing.
You've been a statue for a very long time.
And he's like looking at the stump on his wrist, and how long have I been here?
I don't know, thousands of years.
That depends. Yeah, that depends on what all was going on at the time, I guess.
Your statue self was not in good condition. We literally had to restore your skull before we brought you back.
Like, so you're in the Underdark, level 3.
Does this name sound familiar? Halastree Blackcoat.
What was Brandon going to say?
I was going to ask if Wendune would be able to see or tell by the wear on the stone, or if he'd be able to ask him if that group of dwarves in the dead city were still around.
The Malarkin dwarves, yes, they're the ones who I was hired by to come take out the Medusa. Yeah, essentially he's been here for several hundred years.
Yeah.
He's been here since before Halistree's been here. Like all the hair on his body essentially has been shaved off because all little stone hairs have long since worn away. It got partial eyebrows, the nip on his nose. Like he's pretty messed up as far as the wear and tear of his statued form over time. But his brain's there, and he can live some sort of life. Eventually, after he gets up and he kind of brushes himself off, and I can fight. I'm a fighter. Maybe I can help you with the Medusa. I guess the Medusa's not around anymore. He kind of sees the Drider corpse over there by the wall, and all the spider webs, which weren't.
Can you fight? Yeah, can you fight one-handed?
Well, luckily this is my shield hand, and he hefts the shield with his stump, there, and his right hand with the sword can still work.
Okay.
We need to make a note to send some clerics down here to greater restore the rest of these unfortunate people.
Yeah, unless you want to spend a couple of weeks down here and let Melannor have 8 hours every two spells. Speaking of the other people here, can we go look and see if there's a way to tell based on clothing or anything how long these other people have been petrified? So I'm curious if this Medusa's still around. And I don't even know if George would know, but I know that Medusas are immortal.
You can do an investigation check.
That's a natural 20, 24.
Wow. You look at the statues you've cleared off. Some of them seem more recent than Grell here, but none of them seem like have been here. All of them seem like they've been here for a long time. None of them seem like they're that recent. And you haven't seen it yet, put it that way. And this Drider is here in the lair. And
Yeah.
He seems to have made his home here, webbing up all these statues like he has.
Okay. I just don't want to be surprised by one.
Well, speaking of surprise, let's everybody do perception checks.
I got an 8.
Nothing. I see nothing.
I got an 8.
got
I see
11.
nothing at all. I don't see anything.
Melannor got 15. I got 11.
Okay.
Nothing.
Melannor kind of looks back at the webbing and he squints a bit and he can see the slightest vibration on the webbings as if something is crawling on them, on the webs.
Ah.
Goodbye.
Says, I think we're going to have company soon if we don't get out of here.
I start running towards
Something.
the boat.
Every time I do so.
Right.
So, do we want to try to clear this place out so that any clerics that come by after we could send with restoration spells, or just let them deal with it on their own entirely?
I'm fairly certain that everything that we're worried about is stone right now. Somebody want to cast some kind of large inferno in there?
Ah, that's a good idea.
Start to hear some cackling.
Yeah.
Oath Medusa, I run to the boat as fast as I can.
Draken runs away.
You're the one I wanted to cast
All
fireball.
right.
I cast a fireball
Yeah.
and leave.
All right, you and Melannor.
I'm pretty sure the cackling was Halastree.
I do not want to know.
You and Melannor both throw a couple fire bolts down, and sure enough, flames begin to crackle as these webbings catch. Take Grell with you, I assume.
I hope so.
Yeah, and that's the limit.
Yeah, we got room for one more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't find any more pets. Speaking of pets, the summoned beasts will fade out.
When he went under, stone artificers weren't a thing, were they?
Probably not. No.
No.
Neither were firearms.
All right.
So this robotic dog's really tripping him up.
Yeah, he's definitely would be like while you push off, he like whoa, looking at the dog, you're like, what is this thing?
You guys can have a pep talk about the future.
Yeah.
Technically,
Fill it
about
in.
the present.
A lot's changed in the last few hundred years.
I've got big plans for you.
You find yourself back where you met Four Fingers up here. Again, this is about 20 feet above you, this ledge, as you're traveling on the river here.
It's a goodly distance.
So figures.
Yeah,
A whole 2.5 stories.
Yeah, it's way up there.
So when do you think that we're going to hit the Drow area?
Never.
We're never going to
It's a fool's end. It's a fool's
For the
end.
sound of it, we need to get an army first.
All right, the river opens up quite wide in this area as you continue north. So again, the river is quite wide here, and you see all these rocks, jagged rocks, and you take some effort to maneuver your way through them. So if you could give me a couple strength checks for anyone who's on the oars.
I want to be very
I'm
good
pretty
at
sure
it.
I'll be on there.
I don't think I would be very good at being on the oars.
24.
Okay.
Let's just say I'm doing 1, but
Okay.
I roll a 3, so.
We're going in circles. We're just going around.
Well, you guys definitely start to come dangerously close to the side of the rocky river, but then Grell leaps in with his good arm and seemingly very handedly helps Draken out
Thank you.
and steers the boat back toward the center of the river
Okay, so
You're
this
a lot better than
this
me.
guy's tough. Oh.
with his single arm.
Is that the one-armed guy? One-armed guy, bro.
He's pretty good with that one arm, I guess.
Well, it's his sword hand. He's
Well, if it says a sword arm, that's his dominant arm.
Right.
I'm going to have Wendune start working on a prosthetic.
This area is even with the water. It's not on a ledge. And you do see evidence of other boats, other rafts, propped up on the side of the cave wall here.
fresh or not? Or
they
super moldy?
seem well taken care of, and you see some long poles for pushing the rafts around on the river water.
Mm.
This looks like a good spot to make camp.
Well, what if someone else lives here?
Yeah, we can definitely stop for tonight here. It's probably a good stopping point.
Mm-hmm.
Can we like just make sure there's nobody around, or you just want to like stop and not worry about like camp and do that later?
Yeah, you pull up to the side here, and there are
Get to our
no
long
creatures in this area, but you definitely do see a path.
No man-made path too.
Yeah, you start to see more of that ancient dwarven construction to the west here, and then a more rough-hewn tunnel to the south from here. But
It's kind of an open area, but with our fancy tent thing, it should be alright.
yeah, it's not really bedtime yet as far as your characters are concerned.
Not.
No, that's true.
It's probably the middle of the day, if you can think of it in that kind of way, like
Well-
lunchtime.
Well, that other thing took like an hour.
Yeah, but you guys woke up, and then it's been, we'll say,
Yeah, we woke up and went there like immediately.
yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah.
been maybe 5-6 hours since you woke up, we'll say.
So do we just want to like pick up there next time?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Good stopping point.